missed it yet? Have ya? Yeah. Well, you flipping ought to have. It's in the title. It's a Milltek performance exhaust. Woohoo! I've been flipping looking forward to this one. It's shiny, it's bling, it's flipping Jesus Christ. It's also probably the last job I'm going to do on this ST220 because I think Dan's going to pick his car up next week. But by gum, I've been looking forward to this one. This is going to be interesting, and I like interesting jobs. It certainly beats changing brake pads on a Mondeo Mark V. But anyway, I have been told that these Milltek exhausts, for the price range, they're like top of the bunch. They're the best one you can get. You can't really go wrong with them. They just fit. They are well made. Not just the fact they're well made, apparently they sound really nice. They're not loud, like really noisy, but they're sort of like, they've got a nice note to them. So I'm going to be really interested to see what it sounds like. So I'm really excited today. I'm going to get the car in a minute, get the old exhaust off, which I don't know what Dan's going to do with the old exhaust. It's 14-year-old exhaust. It's the original exhaust that's on the car, but it's still in like tip-top condition. It's not rotten or nothing, so I guess you could sell that to somebody. Also, I'll just point out here, I'm not an expert when it comes to performance exhausts. My history on performance exhausts, I can count on probably 3 fingers. Yeah. A Ginelli expansion chamber on a Vespa 125, a big bore tailpipe on a Morris Marina 1.8, okay, forget that one. No, the biggest project I ever done in the history of my life was a 1976 Ford Cortina Mark III. It had a 2.2 litre Pinto racing engine, balanced and lightened, flywheel and crankshaft. I fitted a chrome side pipe to that car, and it was, oh my God, I loved that side pipe. It was noisy, it looked good. It also burnt the girlfriend's ankles when she got out of the car because it was on the passenger side. That didn't go down too well, by the way. The end of that car was, well, that particular engine, it was terrible around town. It would kangaroo at 30 miles an hour in 4th gear. But once you got on the open straight, woo, that thing would absolutely fly. Bloody loved it. What also flew was the engine oil down the bloody tailpipe and out the exhaust in bloody clouds of smoke. That was the end of that engine. But no, I have not really fitted many performance exhausts at all. I just put standard ones on. So anyway, I'm going to get the car in now, rip this exhaust off, build this one up. I'm just wondering whether I should actually sort of like put it all together in one piece on the floor, lift the whole lot up, or put it on bit by bit. I guess we'll find out. Anyway, let's get the goddamn car in, get the exhaust off, open this box and have a look. Right, let's do this. Right then, it's flipping cold outside. Let's get the goddamn heater on. Woohoo! Right then, there isn't actually much to getting this exhaust off. I think I've already shown this before. But you've got 2 manifolds, one at the front and one at the back of the engine, because it's a V6, 15mm clamps, and once you actually crack them clamps off, they're like spring clips, like they're sort of like spring out, and then these bits, these will slide off quite easily. So I'll loosen that one. The second clamp I've just undone, which is just a bit further up there. And then you've got a bracket coming off here. It's another 15mm. Get that ratchet out of the way. That nut can come right off. And just behind the front silencer, there's like a 10mm bracket which goes onto a rubber mount. There. I've used some silicone spray on the exhaust rudders because they're a little bit tight. Then it's just a case of using the lever bar to try and push the rubbers off the pegs, if you know what I mean. Bingo! Now it's all unbolted, all I've got to do is lower it down without it falling off the jacks. God damn it! You sniff this exhaust?
I think we can manage that.
Biggies!
That's the way it goes, big nose.
Right, let's get it unboxed. Ooh! Woo! Ho, ho, ho. Oh! It's all bubble wrapped up. Woohoo! Look at that! Oh, look at that baby! Woohoo! That's going to need a serious piece of polishing before we put this on. But before I put this on the car, because this is never going to get seen again, I don't know if you can see that, the Milltek writing etched into the tailpipe. One last look before it goes on, before it rusts up. Anyway, we've got a nice big bag full of clamps, nuts and bolts. Okay, I'm just going in for the magnet test. This nice chrome bit, that's not magnetic, nor's that. Oh, the tailpipe trim is magnetic. So if anything's going to rust, it'll be this. And it's looking like the rest of it's all stainless steel. In fact, yes, that's not magnetic either. So none of this is going to rust, which is good. But that's it, all laid out. It looks like all the parts are here. I'll tell you what, I've just checked all these joints, and they're all like a really nice sliding fit. So I was going to like build the whole lot up and lift it all up as one go, but I'm not going to bother now. I'm just going to put this on piece by piece. I'll leave it all loose. Unfortunately, I was wondering, because the front flexible sections, I thought they might come in the kit, but they haven't. I haven't even in the kit, I haven't got the gaskets for the flanges. I'll show you in a bit. So I've ordered a pair of gaskets. So I'm going to have to now cut off the nuts on these front flanges, which look really bad. I don't think they're not going to undo. I'll cut them off and then we'll put them on last. Anyway, in the meantime, I'll get the rest of the exhaust up on loosely and see how it looks. All these rubber mounts, they actually still look pretty good, but I'm going to put some silicone spray in them just so they like slot onto the pegs easily. Because I'll tell you what, these can be a right pain sometimes. I'll put it on the actual exhaust one first. Yeah. Before I bolt this up, let's just give it a nice little polish. Because this is probably the last time it's ever going to be shiny. So here goes for the right hand side tailpipe. If I can get my hand up there. That's on. Perfect. Hold me closer, tiny dancer. Had a busy day today. Nice. Well, there's the kit you get with it. 4 clamps, 5 bolts, 6 nuts and 8 washers. I'll tell you what though, I like these clamps. They're like proper nice quality. Right, there's a pop for this a piece of rana. There, lovely. I'm not going to put any exhaust fluid on here. The reason being, once these clamps are done up, it might seal perfectly. If it doesn't, and it does cause a problem, I might put a bit of sealant on later, but I'd rather not at the moment. Right, I'm going to stick this intermediate pipe in place. I tell you, everything is just such a lovely fit. It just slides in perfect. Last piece. In we go. Well, I have to say, all the speculation was correct. That exhaust fitted like a glove. Tarek, you've been talking all this time I've been doing this video, so you may as well become part of the video, mate.
Yes. What would you like me to comment on? Well, this gentleman here on the other side of the camera is a very, very good mechanic. I won't trust him personally, but at the end of the day, he's just fitted a stainless steel exhaust on a ST220. Good job, good job.
Time's up, come on.
Time for coffee.
Then page rent, get out.
That's right. No. Those days of the old...
Right, I'm going to have to separate these flexible pipes from this centre section on the old one. I'm hoping they're going to come undone, but there's one that looks really ropey. I might have to cut that off with an angle grinder. But I just noticed, I just lifted this exhaust up onto like a trolley, and the flipping water that's come out of this exhaust is like, I mean that's a little bit there, but over here, there's a flipping great big puddle. That's all just come out of this exhaust. But there again, this car's been sat around here for like flipping weeks now. I'm beginning to think Dan doesn't want his car back. But anyway, it's another excuse for me to take it for a good road test. Anyway, I'm going to have a go at these nuts now and see if they'll come off. I'll get them threads as best I can with this bloody brush first. A little bit of freeing oil, never hurts. I'm just going to go for it. Wow, that one's come off. It is a little bit awkward to get to. Woohoo! The first flange is almost off. The second flange is getting in the way of this one coming off. Come on. There. Right. Nope, that one's span. This one has span the 15mm, it's no longer 15. We've got an idea. Matt here has got what's called a nutcracker. All women out there, please be quiet. But this is supposed to crack the nut in half. And I've just spat while I'm talking, but it looks a bit pissed to me, Matt.
It does to me too.
Will it work?
There's only one way to find out. I think we'll give up.
It's going pissed. Okay, we give up on that idea. We get bits of shrapnel flying.
Yeah. No.
It's not working.
It's not working for me, no.
I'll tell you what, let's see if a 14mm socket goes on this nut. Right, let's try again. Yes, baby, we're off. Right, the last nut I've got to undo. Should have started off at 15mm. Now 14mm is quite a loose fit, so I'll tell you what, I'm going to heat this up, get the gas bottle switched on. I'm going to see if I can get it undone with this. Well, I've been heating this for a few minutes now. We don't have oxygen acetylene here, we only have this like propane gas torch. It don't do too, it frees off most things, especially when you're doing like tracking. You have to free off the lock nuts to get stuck on to the threads. Anyway, I think I should give this a go. If it don't come off, I'm going to use the angle grinder and cut the nut off. No, it's not having it. A last ditch attempt. I'm going to see if a 13mm goes on. Okay, we've got a 13mm on it now. Yes, baby! We're off! Woo! Look at that! Flipping steaming! You may well criticise my methods for removing those nuts, but I don't bloody care! Alright, alright, alright. So yeah, I'll give these a little bit of a clean up, and when the gaskets arrive, we'll popper these on and then we'll clamp everything up. I'm absolutely dying to see how this exhaust sounds. You see these two resonators, silencers, whatever you want to call them? You'll notice how they're not fitted to this new Milltek system. That's a bit like having less government in your life. Cheers. By the way, you've probably no idea how many pairs of latex gloves I've gone through fitting this exhaust. But also, on a brighter note, my gaskets have arrived, my metal crush up gaskets. These gaskets weren't exactly cheap, but they've got a little corrugated bit here. I think you put the bolt through, then that will go through that, and that will hold the gasket from falling off. Ooh. Before I put this shorter section back on, there's one thing I forgot to mention when I was taking it off. Like the other side, there's a bracket with like a 15mm nut. This side has got a bracket as well, and there's a little 8mm bolt which goes through that bracket and holds up to the engine block. I forgot to say that when I was taking it off. Anyway, I'm going to bung this one on, and I'll slid this onto the manifold first. There, well, that's slid straight on, perfect. And I'll get that little 11mm bolt in place first before I actually go any further. I won't tighten nothing up yet. Let's get these bolts in. Bingo. I do have to say, I've not tightened nothing up yet, and everything has just literally fallen into place, almost like perfect. Well impressed. Yeah. Oh. Right, there's a bracket at the back here, a 15mm nut. I'm going to whack that on. There. I am liking the quality of this kit. Even the nuts and bolts. Look at these nuts. They've got the built-in shake-proof washer. How cool is that? I just cannot say it enough times. Everything just fits. I'm just not used to this level of obedience from an exhaust. The cheap crap we normally fit to cars in here, well, it has a lot to be desired, that's all I'm saying. Okay, so before I bolt all this up, let me just have a quick run through. I'm having to use my iPhone here. We've got a 15mm clamp here, another 15mm up there for the other downpipe. There's a little 8mm on a bracket up there, somewhere up there anyway. Yep, and we've got a 15mm nut here on a bracket for this pipe here. So they're all on. 4 nuts and bolts on our 2 flanges, which have all sort of like fallen together really nice. Our pipe now goes back to a rubber mount. Further back we have there. We have a clamp there, which I'm going to clamp that up in a bit. Another rubber mount over by the side of the fuel tank. We have another clamp there. Onward, or should I say backward, another rubber mount. By the way, this mount wasn't there on the original exhaust, so that mount come with the new kit. 2 more clamps for our back boxes, and when I tighten them clamps up, I'll align these back boxes so they're not touching the bumper. That's the thing. So they would probably melt the bumper if they were touching, so you've got to be careful there. So I'll sort that out in a bit, but I'm going to start tightening everything up now. I think what I'll do, I will start off with these 4 flange bolts. I'll tighten them up, then I'll do our 2 manifold clamps, and then I'll work my way back to the rest of it. I'll tell you what, there's some bloody good quality clamps. I like them. That's it. That's tight. Andy, monkey see, monkey do.
You couldn't help yourself, could you?
I couldn't help myself. He's boring, he is. All right. Okay, we're all bolted up. It's all looking good. Woohoo! One last thing here which I missed, because I know there was some little Milltek writing on the top of these tailpipes that you're never going to see. But underneath as well, just there, we've got little plaques. Isn't that nice? You're never going to see them either. All we're really going to see is the tailpipe from the back of the car. But do you know what? I'm really interested now to see how this sounds. Oh, we're getting to the exciting part now. Anyway, enough tomfoolery. Let's let the car down and bark it up. I have tried to get these tailpipes sort of like in the centre at the right angle and the same distance from the rear of the bumper. They're about right, so I'm going to leave it at that. We're getting off the map! Woo! This is it! Go on, Matt, I know you're absolutely dying to bloody turn that ignition key. Come on. Let's go, 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 go. Yeah,
that sounds a lot better, definitely.
Yeah, man. We're going to have to take this up the road. see what it sounds like on the road. Through the gears.
That sounds much better.
Excellent. Do you know what? I give Milltek a lot of credit. They make a bloody good exhaust. It's got that really, really nice sound to it, that burbling sound when it's ticking over. I think they tune these exhausts pretty damn well. Now it sounds like a V6. I'm flipping happy now that exhaust is fitted. I've been looking forward to doing this job for a while now. The exhaust has sat here for about a week nearly before I've got around to it. But yeah, that was one easy. I'll tell you, it went on so well. I can't believe it. Well happy. It sounds nice, but I want to see what it sounds like up the road. That's going to be the thing. So we're going to go for a good road test, proper good road test. One slight problem. It's bloody snowing, man. It's not actually snowing heavy, but it's that flipping shitty, horrible, slushy snow that just melts on you really fast. But this is the first time this year I've seen snow, so I thought I'd just film it just in case. I might not see it again till next year. Anyway, shut that door. Yeah, so I'm not going to go out driving in this weather. It's all shitty. I don't want to get the exhaust dirty. No, I'll probably wait till Saturday. It's now Thursday. I'll probably wait till Saturday. If we've got a nice dry day, we'll have a proper good road test. Right, anyway, that's it. Later. Tonight, a comedian died in New York. Somebody knows why. Somebody knows. Anyway, it's Saturday morning. We're going to do this road test. Woo! The problem is the weather hasn't got any better. It's actually shitty, sleety, rain. It's freezing cold. But I think Dan's going to pick the car up next week, so I'm going to have to do this road test today, come hell or high water. So the exhaust is all on, as you've seen. The car's been sat here. It's ready to go. So let's do this. I think what we're going to do, we'll pop up car sales. We'll grab Monica, let her drive, and I'll do the camera work. Right, let's go. Duh. It might help if I open the garage door first. Before Dan takes his car back, do you want one last drive? Okay. Let's go, 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 go! Yeah, on! Okay then. Monica, this is like the ST Road Test 2.0. Do you know it's actually been nearly a month since we last went out in this car?
Oh really?
Yeah, it was just before Christmas.
Oh yeah, actually.
I was beginning to think Dan doesn't want his car back anymore.
We can keep it. Shall we find a use for it?
Well, yeah. Like I actually keep thinking to myself, maybe he can't pay his bill, so he's just going to give me the car.
Yeah, you wish.
Dan, if you're listening, I'll take it for nothing. But yeah, we've had this car here for quite some time now. It must be. Can you remember? I can't even remember when we done the first video on this.
Probably 2, 3, 4 months.
But yeah, it's been a long old time. I remember when I'll tell you something. Before Dan actually brought this car to the garage,
Yeah.
he must have rung up. It was like 6 to 8 months before he actually brought the car.
Right.
And said, oh, in the future, I'm thinking of getting this ST. He went all the way to Cornwall, somewhere like that, near the end of the bloody country to get this car.
It's a nice trip though.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, I've been down to Torquay a few times, and that's a nice old drive. Yeah, I'm going to be a bit sad to see it go now.
I know, we created a bond with it.
It's been like a 5-part video, and oh, by the way, this is part 6, but I'm not going to have it as part 6. It's going to just be a standalone video.
Yeah.
Do you actually know why we're road testing this car today?
Because of the exhaust.
Oh, I did tell you then.
Yeah, you did.
Right. Well, just after. No, actually, Dan was supposed to pick this car up between Christmas and the New Year. He phoned me up and he said, last minute decision sort of thing, I've decided to get this Milltek exhaust.
Okay.
These exhausts are like, they're nice. They're really like, they're made of stainless steel so they don't rust.
Oh, okay.
They'll last a long time. They're not cheap. In fact, I done a little bit of looking around on how much they cost for this particular car, and it was around about approximately average price of £600 for the exhaust on this car, and that's only like from the middle down to the tailpipes. It doesn't include the flexible bits at the front.
Okay.
So, but I'll tell you what.
Pricey.
Oh, you don't know how excited I was to put this on. It was something different to do as well.
Yeah.
It was quite interesting. But these Milltek exhausts, they're like, at the moment you can't really hear nothing. But if you put your foot down a bit, they've got, I don't know, it's a nice note. They give a nice noise.
Nice.
They're not noisy, as in real noisy bloody exhaust. They're sort of like refined,
Yeah.
but sound good. When we get on that's what I wanted you to do. When we get up the motorway a bit, when you get to like 70 miles an hour, I just want to see what the droning noise is like.
Can I go more?
Well, it's entirely up to you. I don't think it actually on the motorway you're going to hear too much. It's normally actually when you're accelerating
Yeah.
on roads like this. If you're pulling away from a junction, that's when you get the best sound out of it.
Yeah.
Or if you change gear, drop a gear or something. We're being slowed down by a learner driver on a motorbike. Oh, look at this. Oh my God, there's a river in front of us. There is an absolute floodwater. Not good.
Okay.
Whoa!
Did I hit the runner? Did I got the runner? Did I put a shower on him?
No,
Oh, okay.
no. Mind you, he's got waterproof jacket on by the looks of things.
Well, that's great. I don't think that would protect him.
Do you know, people, the only day that I really needed to road test this car was today. I can't do it any other day. And I got up this morning and it was chucking it down. It
Yeah.
looked like rain, but it was like real sloppy sleet, and it was icy and freezing cold. And I was thinking, should I call this off? Because the last thing I want to do is come out in this car if there's ice on the ground. It's still pretty slippery as it is, but it's it's cleared up a bit, so we're chancing it.
And Monica is a good driver.
Yeah, Monica's a good driver. Yeah, just put your foot down a little bit. There you go. Did you hear that?
Yep.
It's got a lovely little note to it. A lot of cheap exhausts would just be noisy. And the problem is, if you're on a long journey and you've got that droning noise from the exhaust all the time, it can be quite annoying. But these exhausts, I think they have two versions of these exhausts, but generally speaking, the Milltek ones, they're pretty refined, so you're not going to sort of like be agitated too much by it. But there again, a lot of people buy these exhausts for the sound, and they look good.
Shall we fit it to our taxis?
I don't think Steve would want to pay for that. Plus, all our taxis are diesels. Mind you, what am I talking about? They do make performance exhausts for diesels.
Do they?
Yeah, I was looking at an Audi A4 3-litre V6, something like that. The exhaust for that was like $2.5 grand nearly.
Well, okay, fair enough.
There's a lot of technology goes into an exhaust these days. They tune them, the size of the bore, the actual the way they make them, how the exhaust gases actually go through the exhaust, can give you certain resonations and certain noises.
Right.
So
Are you ready?
it's pretty technical stuff. Right, we're now getting on to what's this? The A1.
Yeah.
Look at that. Absolutely clear. There's not another car in sight on the flipping A1. Oh, there's a few up ahead. I can see some headlights.
Yeah, but that's coming the other way.
How fast are we going? Oh, 70 miles an hour, Monica.
I know.
I'm just going to be quiet for a minute. That sounds nice. At this speed, I don't hear nothing out of the ordinary.
No.
I don't hear a great big droning noise deafening me.
It's a nice drive.
Yep.
Nice car.
Yeah. So what I should do is I should take this back to the garage, bring Dan up, let him know everything is hunky-dory, and he'll come and pick it up next week.
We should put a little Steve's Taxi sticker on it.
Put a Steve's Hire sign on the door, do a few ponies around town.
Yeah.
I think he got a very good car here. I don't know what he paid for it, but it's certainly a lovely car. One of the better ones that haven't been abused so much.
Yeah.
I remember when these cars were brand new, when we first got some at Steve's Taxis, and I remember looking at the little silver dials on the dash, and they looked so like modern and like racy. It really was something back in the day. I have to admit, even now, although some of these Mark III Mondeos are getting to look a little bit dated, they're sort of like the shape of them. They've held their like looks. Even today, this car here, with all the spoilers and skirts on it, it really looks the part.
Yeah. If you're looking after it.
Yeah. So, Monica, you can honestly say this might be the last time you ever drive an ST220 V6 24 valve Mondeo Mark III.
Can we get a Focus RS next?
Well, we might do. We had that yellow one.
That was ST, wasn't it?
Yep. That was a diesel, by the way.
Yeah.
This is still in the days of the petrol engine. But that's it. Nearly back at the sales garage. I quite enjoyed this drive.
Good, me too.
This car is like smooth, it's
Yeah.
quiet, it's refined.
It's good.
I guess you've got a day of work now.
Yep. When I pull in.
Unlucky you. Well, I'll just say, thank you, Dan, for the use of your car for the last 6 months.
Thank you.
It's been bloody great. We love it.
Yep.
And we shall put this video out later, hopefully. if I can get it together.
Yep. And welcome to Steve's car service.
I tell you, it doesn't take long to actually drive around there.
No, it doesn't.
Well, you finally got your motorway drive.
Yeah.
Well, Monty, that was lovely.
Good.
I guess we can all get back to work now.
Yep. All done.
Brilliant. Woo! Monty, it's been a long time coming, this car, but it's all done. Nothing more to do. The exhaust was, oh, that was the icing on the cake. That was the best part I've done. I really enjoyed doing that, and I enjoyed doing this video. I hope you all enjoyed it too, folks. And I don't know what I'm going to do next. I'll have to find something. Maybe
Focus RS.
Focus RS, anybody? Focus RS. Think about that one. Just bring it down and we'll take it for a run for you. Monica will drive it for you. I can't drive. Anyway, thank you very much for watching these videos. I hope you like them all. And we'll see you in the next. See ya! Let's go!